Okay, now am I audible? Because there was a network problem. So I have started this video again through this mobile phone. Please write live or not. I'm so sorry for the interruption. Uh, Dr. Geeta and Pooja ma'am, if you help me out by writing in the comment section, I am audible and visible to everyone or not. Okay, I'm waiting for the comments because I'm not able to understand. Okay, so now you can see me. Okay, good morning. Once again, I'm so sorry there was an interruption. I wanted to know now I'm audible and visible to all of you or not. Just I want a comment and then I hope I am audible and visible to everyone. So let us start now. So I was just trying to tell you about three career success. Okay, so Mohammad Adnan has given me the comment. Okay, so let us start now. See, there are three keys to career success. The first one is self motivation, right? Self motivation is very important. And the second important key is self awareness. And unless and until you are self motivated, you cannot go for self awareness, right? So the first step is self motivation, and the second step is self awareness. And after that comes the part of training, counseling, and guidance. So earlier we never gave a thought in this direction that yes, counseling plays a very important role, but now with the due course of time and after a lot of experience, we have come to know that yes, counseling plays a very important role. So be it the educational organization or the stage of your education development or the planning phase of your career, everywhere planning and also career counseling plays a very important role. That is why we are talking about educational and career counseling, right? So these are three important keys for career success. Now another question is why career planning, right? Career planning हम क्यों करना चाहते हैं? So the important answer, the specific answer in this particular perspective is that all of us are very unique, right? Each and every individual is unique, different and special, right? I have some specific qualities. Similarly, you have some uniqueness, you have some skills, some attributes. And on the basis of which you identify that what are your needs, right? And if you identify your interests, abilities and skills, then accordingly if you plan your career, that it creates miracle, right? That is why career planning plays a very important role. Now when we talk about our intricate things, our gifts of God, they are within us. As an individual, I can see that there are certain, like human, if you talk about human potential, so it comprises of lot many characteristics. For example, you have unique interest, right? Now if you jot down the list of all your interests, अगर आप अपने interests या hobbies को लिखना शुरू करेंगे, so you'll have a long list, right? If I say that I like dancing, but I may be good or may not be good at dancing, right? So this is very important. If I like dancing, that means this is my interest. But when I say I'm not good at dancing, that means this is not my ability, right? So out of that list of interests, you can find out your abilities, right? What are your abilities? So this is the basic difference between interest and ability. If I am interested in few areas, but I may not be good in all the areas, right? So definitely we'll have to find out that in which areas we are capable enough, we have the ability to do that particular thing. So out of that we can find abilities. So that you can tell me that what is the difference between interest, ability and skill, right? So interest is one thing, ability is another thing. That if out of your interest you can explore something which you are capable to do that, then that becomes your ability. Now what is the skill? Skill means when you groom your ability, when you try to nurture your ability through काउंसलिंग, राइट, देन इट बिकम्स योर स्किल, राइट. आप कोई ट्रेनिंग करने चलते हो, आप सोचते हो कि मैं डांस बहुत अच्छा करती हूँ, राइट, मैं प्रोग्रामिंग में बहुत अच्छी हूँ. Then what we do, we start getting the trainings, and then accordingly through certifications, through degrees, we try to get the endorsement, the approval of my skill, and it becomes now skill. So ability can be converted into skill, right? Another important thing is that we are unique. Why? Because we have different personality types, we have different personality traits, right? That is why here comes the role of counseling. Students are not aware of their own personality, what kind of personality you are. आपकी personality कैसी है, आप realistic हैं, आप investigative हैं, right? आपके में एक ऐसी ability होगी जिससे आप judge कर सकते हो. You have a problem solving ability, and also there are few individuals who are very sensitive, who are very, so in that way students or the people have different personality. That is why it becomes very career planning. Role of career counselor or educational counselor, we try to assess the students on the basis of their personality. So there is a personality test. So for you we have special personality tests. You can get an assessment, and according to the personality, Holland codes are there. You will get a code. On the basis of that you will get an idea that what type of personality trait you possess. Then you must have having different vocational interests, you must have different values, because it comes through sanskars, right? So you get different kinds of environments all around. You have different family, you have a different family culture, so values come from your family, and also you get the environment at your school level. Through your own when you acquire the skill through learning, then also you get to acquire the value. So you may have different, right? So that is why we have to understand the importance of career planning. Now coming next, when we talk about the guidepost, what are the 3 important guideposts for the right career planning? So you can know, important thing is self-awareness, knowledge and self-assessment, right? Even if students are aware of the career ideas, they know that this is my career idea, but they are not able to measure it. They are not having a complete knowledge of that particular area. So this, that whenever you go ahead without any career planning or an educational planning, you fail at the end, or sooner or later you get to know that yes, somewhere I went wrong. Avoid these kinds of confusion, avoid these dilemma, ambiguity in your life, you must have a career planning. And if it is done in the initial phase, in the beginning, then as I told you, it becomes a milestone for you, right? You can very easily achieve success. So the first guidepost for you is self-awareness, knowledge and self-assessment, right? Now the second guidepost is you start doing educational and career exploration. So educational or career exploration, right? If you think that I want to become an engineer, then start doing exploration. So here as the try to information to the students, make them equipped that you go ahead with you have to Google the sites, you have to do research, start doing research, and in that way you can be very much equipped so that you are better able to take your career decision. So I'm not going to do spoon feeding, right? हम spoon feeding बिल्कुल नहीं करेंगे. So आप अपने level पे, because see, you are going to take your decision, right? This is very important that we are going to help you. Your faculty members are there to help me and you as well, and then accordingly you can plan your own career. But yes, you have to be resourceful, right? So we are there to help you out. And the third career guidepost would be your career planning. Now you'll have to start your career planning, right? So I have given you 3 career posts, right? Guideposts. One is self-awareness, knowledge and assessment, and the second one is, what was that? Educational and career exploration, and the last one is career planning, right? So start doing that. We will give you some exercises also. On the basis of that, you can do educational and career exploration. When it comes to career, it's very important. Training, right? Skilling, reskilling is very important. Apart from the research, training and skilling should be done simultaneously. Start doing workshops, internships, job shadowing. What is job shadowing? You can visit the company's website, and accordingly you can get an opportunity to work with the company, right? So this is a kind of part-time job. So through job shadowing also you get an idea. Even as the counselors, we tell the students, if you want to, suppose you want to go into the field of medicine, right? So just visit the hospital, go and sit with any doctor, try to understand. If somebody in your family is a doctor, go and spend an entire day. So it is one day visit. So go and spend time with the professionals, medical professionals, and then you'll get an idea. Sometimes students who are so keen to go into the field of medicine or whatever they have chosen for themselves, and when they think that they are not meant for that particular area, be done, right? This is very important. All right. Now, there are certain career checklists. We would not like to go ahead with this because we have less time. But yes, I would like to give you a glimpse of career tests. So there are certain tests. There is ideal career test. There is interest inventory, right? आप अपने interest को assess कर सकते हो, evaluate कर सकते हो. Personality assessment is very important. I always recommend all the students to go for personality test. So in the next phase, whenever we are going to interact, those who are interested, those who are career planning, you can come back with me, and then accordingly we can plan your personality assessment. Also, guideline you have decided for your career path, you can go for employability. Later phase, we will tell you about the 5 steps to conduct a successful job search. So of my session, right? As I told you, very quickly I will be giving you a glimpse of career planning. What are the steps? There are sessions. In the first phase, we try to sit with the students, we try to understand the students' interests, abilities and skills, and accordingly we try to give them assignments, research on their own. And then further, in the later phase, we fix up another assignment, right? What is that? Another meeting or counseling meeting wherein we sit with the parents, we talk to the parents, right? If parents allow, if the students are just report, right? You'll get a report of personality. You can go for, so you will be your assessment on the basis of your personality test. You will be getting an idea of top 3, right? So these are certain tools that we can go for. But with the second phase of this counseling session, right? If we talk about the second phase of counseling session, herein we would be taking the students' career ideas that they have shared, right? So here I have written names of few students like Shivam Maurya, right? I hope Shivam Maurya is present here, right? If Shivam Maurya is present, okay. Geeta ma'am has asked me that owing to pandemic, kindly suggest some online courses for our alumni. Definitely, I'll tell you some online courses. See, we have different platforms to go ahead. We have Udemy, we have Coursera. I recommend Coursera because Coursera, I am also enrolled in some training programs in Coursera platform. Coursera, Coursera. And under this platform, you can get several courses, right? And all these courses your career choices. If you think that you want to go ahead in the field of data science and data, you will get a choice, you will get a course over there. You can select, and there are courses of different duration, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks. So there are courses, and you can simply start doing that course. You will get the certification at the end, right? So this is very important that yes, this was a very good question that Geeta ma'am asked, that what are the courses that they can go ahead with that, right? Now yes, I was going to take one by one all the cases, right? So give me some time. I want to see the comment of Shiva Maurya. Shiva Maurya his stream was PCM, right? Yeah, your stream is PCM, and your career interests are artificial intelligence learning, right? So I don't know from where you get this idea, artificial intelligence and machine learning. But yes, if these areas have fascinated you, that is very good, right? So we together can start exploration. If you have done the self-exploration, then it is very good. Educational and career exploration, then it is very good, right? Good morning, Mayank. I have not received any comment from Shiva Maurya. Okay. There was another student also. Let me check. I had noted his name as well. Kushal Singh, right? Kushal Singh was there. His interest was in ethical hacking, right? He wanted to become ethical hacker and web developer, right? So for you guys, this is the career idea should be going ahead with engineering as a career perspective, right? So you should go ahead with engineering. Now what is engineering? Engineering is a highly challenging and adventurous career to pursue, right? Congratulations if you have selected engineering as a career choice. And if I ask you that what is an engineer, so you can tell us yes, that engineer is a professional who can solve any problem with the help of science and technology. Now there are basic core areas that are to be there within an individual who is targeting engineering as a career course, right? So he or she must have creativity, right? He should be creative. He must have the power of imagination, and he should be innovative. So if these three areas, these three core skills are blended with science and technology, you can go ahead with engineering, right? Apart from that, there are certain skills, like I can say that any engineer must have highly developed numeracy, right? Your maths background should be strong. You must have highly developed numeracy, numerical ability should be there, right? Important thing is that literacy. Even if you belong to mechanical engineering or civil engineering branch, computer literacy is very important. Apart from that, you must have interpersonal skills. Communication skills play a very important role. So whenever the engineers are interviewed, because I am playing a role of, I can see that at United Group of Institutions also the students are doing well, but when it comes to reflecting their, when they are going to face the interviews, they fail. Why? Because they are not able to communicate properly. So written as well as the oral communication skills are very important here. Persuasiveness, right? You must be persistent. Apart from that, team building skills are very important. Analytical skills. These are the skills. If you think, if you think that there are certain skills which are to be there and which are there in you, definitely you can go ahead with engineering branch. Now when we talk about the branches, so there are several branches: computer science, IT, EC, right? So you can see that in what is computer science engineering branch refers to. So if we talk about computer science and engineering branch, then this is the most popular choice of students, right? Computer science deals with design, implementation and management of information system of both software and hardware processes. Now there is a difference between computer science and information technology, right? So IT refers to the development, implementation and maintenance of computer hardware and software systems to organize electronically, right? So both are related to each other, right? So both are related to each other, And CSE, computer science engineering, integrates disciplines such as IT, electronics and communication, EN branches. But IT is, however, more specific, more focused, right? So there are certain skills which are required, which are to be there in individual, that I have already shared with you. For specific branches you can discuss later. If you are pursuing computer science engineering branch or IT branch, then you can become the software developer, network engineer. Then you were talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning. Then also you can go for MSc, right? Master of Science. So higher education is also very important here. Good morning, Armila. Right. So for you, Kushal Singh and Shivam Maurya, you must go for engineering, because there are a lot of perspectives, lot of career prospects which can be discussed upon, and STEAM ideal career test also you can also, so that you can decide whether which branch you should go for. Electrical and electronics engineering is another branch wherein it is actually the study and application of electricity, electronics and electromagnetism, right? So if you think that you want to go ahead with this area, like you want to deal with electricity, you want to deal with electronics, then you can go ahead with this branch. This is very important branch, right? And it involves actually the generation, storage and use of power, right? So and it involves the designing, developing, testing, all the supervising processes of electrical and electronics equipments. So if you think that you are interested in this area, you can opt electrical and further you can go for MS, like you can go for MS in robotics, you can go for GIS, right? And power system, control system. So there are different areas wherein you go. Another branch is electronics and communication engineering, right? So in electronics and communication engineering, it actually deals with the design, analysis and application of electronics and communication circuits. So if you want to deal with the circuits, this is the branch for you, right? There are career prospects in manufacturing industries, in service organizations such as broadcasting, consulting, data communication, entertainment, research and development. Right. So these are some important areas. Mechanical engineering is also very important branch. It applies the principles of physics and material design for the design, production and operation, right? So there are various career prospects for mechanical engineers in automobiles, in space research, in energy and utilities, in air conditioning, refrigeration, which can be explored upon. Another important branch is civil engineering, right? If you want to, if you think of building the dams, the airs, the construction in air, road, and dams, buildings, then it requires. Good morning, Namrata. Then it requires the civil engineers. So civil engineers have various career prospects, like they can work in municipal corporation. They can work in the field of rail and airport construction companies, right? Water supply department, defense, and other infrastructure related industries. So these are the industries wherein you can go for. Sanya Gupta was there. I can take the name of Sanya Gupta. She is in class 12th and her stream is commerce. She is very creative. She has an ability to make conversation with the people, deal with the clients. These are the skills that she has shared with us. And apart from that, she has shared with us her career interest, which is that she wants to become a professional makeup artist, right? So congratulations for taking this career decision. And before I tell you to go ahead in this field, I must tell you, please explore the various areas of, yes, Prashant, okay, you have selected mechanical engineering, very good. So your another step would be, if you have taken your career step, then another step would be your career exploration. What should be your college? What should be your branch? What should be your specialization, right? So these are certain areas which are to be explored upon. You can take your personality test as well in order to get an endorsement, get an approval of your career decision. Very good, Prashant. Okay, so we were talking about Sanya. So Sanya, you have taken career decision as you want to become a professional makeup artist. So before that, I must recommend that you go for career exploration or even educational exploration in the field of art and design, right? So there are various areas. Broadly, we can sciences and arts and humanities, right? So whether you prefer to draw, sketch, paint, or even dancing, or even doing makeup, so it involves art, your aesthetic sense. So whatever you want to do, you must be a good artist at heart, right? If it is there in you, you can go ahead in this direction. But trust me, you must understand that there are basically two specializations, right? If I am audible to you, you can note it down. There are two specializations. Number one, fine arts, and number two, performing arts, right? फाइन आर्ट्स का मतलब क्या होता है कि इफ़ यू आर गोइंग टू गिव ब्यूटी टू एनी स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट, बाय ड्राइंग, स्केचिंग, सो it is more concerned with its aesthetic sense than its utility, right? So aesthetic sense का यहाँ पर ज़्यादा major role होता है, utility का कम होता है, right? So if you draw, if you paint, so whatever way reflect your artistic skill, it should be reflected in the form of painting, in the form of drawing, in the form of sketching, in the form of photography, right? So it is the beauty that is reflected upon, your aesthetic sense is reflected upon. This is fine arts, right? So for fine arts, you can go for Bachelor of Fine Arts, like BFA course is there. But when we talk about performing arts, so it involves human voice, your action, your behavior, your performance, right? Like you can say dancing, you can say music, if you are good at singing, right? Theater. So these are performing arts. These areas come under the performing arts. Now there is a difference between art and design, right? जैसे अगर हम बात करें BSc की, so BSc is equivalent to BFA, right? But when we talk about BTech, then it is equivalent to design. So there is a technology part also. So there is a difference between art and design. So design is more advanced, you can say, or you can say it is integrated with technological aspect, right? If you think that, right, yes, now I hope I am audible to everyone. So if you think that you can go for designing, you can create your designs over the cloths, over the accessories. There may be different items also, right? So now there comes a as well. So you can go for self branding. So Sanya was talking about professional fine arts, professional makeup artist, right? Netri wants to become a professional fine artist. So she can go for BFA, right? So BFA is a good choice. Now the skills required are critical thinking, project development, aesthetic sense is very important. You must judge whether it is there in you or not. Community engagement and collaboration. Networking is very important, right? Self branding is very important. You'll have to create your own brand. Your USP should be there, right? And in performing arts, you can go for music, theater, dance and culture, drama. So these are and the eligibility is just 50% in 10, 50% in 12th, and there is an entrance test. Right? Has also planned for designing, right? So Nishtha, Netri and Sanya, these three girls are into this area. They are planning to enter into this area. So you can go ahead, but start doing educational and career exploration. Now when I talk about educational exploration, that it is obviously related to the branch. It is obviously related to the type of arts. It is whether it is fine art or the performing art. If it is fine arts, then it should be related with the design. If you think that it is coming under the design section, then it should be fashion designing, it should be interior designing. Whatever it is, you have to take a decision, career decision, right? So there are certain colleges which are doing very well, like Delhi University, BHU, right? Jamia Millia Islamia, and Bangalore University, MIT, ADT Pune is also doing very well. So Pearl Academy for fashion designing, top colleges, amongst top colleges, Pearl Academy is also doing very well. Then NID, National Institute of Design, NIFT, National Institute of. So when I talk about educational exploration, it involves everything. It involves college choices, it involves branch and stream choices, it involves your first step towards grooming, as Geeta ma'am told us that you should go for training. You want to become a, also you need to have a degree or diploma in that, right? So there are some colleges who have, then accordingly they try to groom and train the students so that you can become a makeup artist. If you are very good at cosmetics treatment, if you are very much interested in giving beauty to a human body, because when we talk about professional makeup artist, it is actually related to the beauty of human body. So if you want to work upon human body and if you get a sense of satisfaction and gratification out of that, if any woman looks beautiful. Okay, so Sanya was talking about makeup artist that is different from fashion designing. Yes, Sanya, I have just come up to your topic, right? If you think that you want to become a professional makeup artist, definitely it is related to your skill which is applied to human. It is related to cosmetics, right? It is related to the beauty which is being given to human body, the facial expression and everything. So it is not at all related to fashion technology or fashion designing. So in this particular area you can have some trainings. There are some colleges which, as I told you, which are in collaborate, and then you can go ahead with that. We can start doing exploration of colleges, because see, if you do some training, if you get some training in Allahabad also, if you get training from any parlor or any organization, you will get the certification and you can go ahead. But if you want to own, if you want to be a well-known, a very popular professional makeup artist, so professionalism has to be ensured through selecting right kind of college, right college, right branch, and right environment, right experience you should get, and then accordingly you will be better able to go ahead for self branding. So this is very important. That is why I'm talking about, I'm covering all the areas, because it is not about you, it is about other girls who are also there, who want to go for fashion designing. And even if the other girls who have not done exploration till now, even boys who have not done exploration now in the area of art and design, you can get an idea from this session. Okay, I'm not getting question, but yes, I have noted some important points which were given, which were shared by the students themselves. If Ujjwal Srivastav is here, Ujjwal Srivastav had shared that he is in 12th and his stream is commerce. He wants to own a business, right? So there are two things. He wants to start his own venture, and the second thing is that he has a family business and he wants to, develop, give a kind of direction to his family business. So in both the aspects, if I cover both the aspects, you can go for business studies, right? But as I told you, that you have to have a self-awareness, self-exploration. This is very important. Every time, dear students, I tell you that whatever you choose, don't choose just because your parents have told you that this is the right choice for you. Don't choose because your friends are doing well in this particular area, or your seniors are doing well in this area. Don't go ahead with this direction because this area has fascinated you, because you see that there is a lot of money and earning here. Your name and fame is here. Don't go ahead in the same direction just because of these factors. So these are to help you, but your own career decision should be made on the basis of self verification. You have to verify on your own, because ultimately you are going to take your career decision, right? If you take career decision of the others' opinion, then ultimately you are going to blame the others. Okay, Sanya has asked, if I am choosing Lakme makeup course, then what will you suggest me? Lakme makeup course is good, right? Lakme, I was going to take the name of this, but since I'm not supposed to take any specific name here, but if you think that Lakme is one of your training choices, I think, right, you should go ahead with that. I endorse that you should go ahead with Lakme salon, right? And yes, we were talking about business studies, right? Okay, right. many students are calling as they could connect. Okay, so recording would be there, and I am trying to connect those questions, right? Okay, so whenever network is accessible, definitely I am trying to I have jotted down those points. So on the basis of those points only, I am trying to give answers. I am trying to cover this session. Okay, so I was discussing the Ujjwal's case, right? So he wants to go for business studies, or he wants to own his own business, right? So this is a very good indication, and he must start preparing for business studies. He must start particular area. And basically there are 4 basic aspects of business handling. One is human resource management, the second one is finance, the third one is marketing, and the fourth one is general management, right? So you must remember, dear student, especially if I am considering Ujjwal, must understand that there are 4 important areas. One is human resource management, the second one is finance part, the third one is marketing, and the fourth one is general management. In the later phase you can go for specialization, but some of the courses which are offered here are BBA, BMS, BBS, right? Then there is another course called BBS, Bachelor of Business Studies. So these are certain courses which you can go for. Similarly, Aditya has also expressed his idea that he wants to become a businessman, right? So admission process, you know that there is joint admission test, GD and PI is there, so you have to start preparing, you have to start working upon yourself, right? So you can go ahead with the preparation of group discussion. Your communication skill should be good. There are certain colleges which are doing very well, like Christ University, and in Christ University there is a test and as well. Then it is followed by personal interview, PI, what we call as PI, and then so academic performance is also there. In symbiosis also there is general cutoff of 80 to 90%, right? Very well in this. So when we talk about the career scope, then it involves practical management training, and it involves beyond classroom training. So you'll get a wide exposure of practical training. So job profiles you'll get after, if you want to go for any specific corporate organization, if you want to work with a company in order to gain experience, you can go ahead with that. At entry level, you can get the positions of HR manager, business manager, even business administration manager is also one of those job profiles. But there are certain skills which are to be there, like communication skill, leadership skill, analytical skill, environment awareness is also very important. So why I am talking about environmental awareness? Because you must be aware of everything which which is surrounding a business, right? So if I talk about any business environment, it involves various aspects, like it involves the people who are working in that business unit. It involves the technology or the tools that the company adopts. It involves the marketing, how you are going to reach the clients. So it involves the overall environmental awareness. It involves the current affairs, market trends, right? So everything is so vast opportunities are there, but the challenges are high because you have to be very much aware of the environment, aware of the current affairs, what is going on. You have to be very much updated of the environment. Now the roles of business professionals are planning, organizing, selecting, controlling, executing. So all these important areas are to be covered. For you, dear students who want to start their own business, I must say that there is a virtual internship program with me, right? VIP, virtual internship program. If you think that you want to have your family business, if you want to continue with your family business, you can go for virtual internship program in family business. I do have codes for that virtual internship program, wherein you can go ahead. It would be taking only, and you will get an overview of the family business. There is a program of family business, wherein you can get the exposure of the company. You can learn from the company CEOs themselves. You can interact with them, and then there are certain tests, and then on the basis of those scores you can assess whether this area is good for you or not. So this virtual internship program is not that long program, but during 2 hours journey you will be having a virtual tour of pathway that you have adopted or that you intend to plan for, right? So we have the virtual internship program in family business that I would like to recommend. Now let me take the name of Shivansh Kumar and also Sohail Ahmed. So Shivansh Kumar is in class 12th. His stream is science, and he tries to analyze things very differently. He has an ability to organize seminars, become an IAS. That is very good, right? Sohail Ahmed. Right. So Muhammad Adnan. Yes, just I am coming to that particular topic. This is very good that you are coming, which I'm targeting this particular area only. So let me cover those two students, right? I had marked those two students. Let me take the names of those two students. So one is Shivansh Kumar, who wants to go for IAS, and the other is Sohail Ahmed. I suppose I have noted the right name, Sohail Ahmed. He is in class 12th, and his stream is PCM, physics, chemistry and maths. He has a very good communication skill. He has a power of convincing. He has leadership and managerial skills, right? He has team building skill, and he wants to go for UPSC, IAS. Okay, so let me come to the civil services, right? So whatever area now we are focusing is the area of civil services. As all of us know that the civil services are very reputed and highly respected careers in India, right? So the branches of Indian civil services are IAS, that is Indian Administrative Service. The second one is IPS, that is Indian Police Service, and the third one is IFS, that is Indian Foreign Service, right? So these are three branches. These are three branches of Indian civil services, right? So which branch do you wish to go for? This is one question. Now, what is the charm of doing civil services? I can say that the charm of doing civil services is due to the sense of power and respect that people get. This is the first important reason. And the second important reason is that there is an inherent feeling of service to the country, right? So another third important thing is good pay and perk. So we should consider all these three important factors. So if you think that you are in a particular area just because of three reasons, so these are very common reasons. Now you'll have to think over it whether you are able to do that, justify that or not, right? So it requires a kind of commitment, it requires a kind of dedication and self-exploration as well, whether you are able to deal with the people's problem or not, whether you think that you have a good convincing skill, counseling skill or not, whether you think that you can devote your life in serving the people or not. So this is another important aspect. So every year around 3.5 to 4 lakh students take the civil services examination. It is basically the CSAT, that is Civil Services Entrance Test, right? It is conducted by Union Public Service Commission, UPSC, right? And the vacancies are only 400 to 500 out of 3.5 to 4 lakhs applicants. So the vacancies are only 400 to 500. So it is going to be a very tough examination, right? So it is a competitive examination, and at the state level also they have several examinations like Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission, Rajasthan Public Service Commission, MP Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission. So at the state level also there are Public Service Commission examinations. So exam level is tough, right? No doubt it is not an easy task to crack, and this is highly complex and competitive. So you must be very hard working. So sheer hard work and dedication is required, and that you can do very well. So if you want to go for right now, I want to give you a glimpse of IPS and IFS. Let me tell you that in IAS, that is Indian Administrative Service, so the selection involves basically three stages. The first one is preliminary stage, the second one is mains, and the third one is interview, right? In all three categories, these three stages are there, right? Now, what are the essential requirements? This is also important. Like you must have a bachelor's degree, you must be in the age group of 21 to 30 years when I talk about IAS. Then for reserved categories there is a relaxation, and you must be an Indian national, and also number of attempts are also allowed. Like for general categories it is 6 times, for OBC it is 9 times, Okay, so what to choose for graduation, right? So if I talk about taking the subject, right, so it depends upon your interest. First of all, you must think over it that which this is the time of educational exploration and self exploration. Interested in which area you would like to go ahead, like if you want to go for, yes, hard work is the key, and if you think that you in graduation, what should be the subject combination, students opt the subject, and if they target UPSC only, then they go for social sciences and public administration, sociology, political science. These are the subjects, economics even, because they think that they can very easily understand the basic principles, right? So the preparation level, or you can say that it is easy to learn those subjects. Okay, so subject, even if you are an engineering student, science student, even if you belong to art stream, so whatever stream it is, you can start. There is a law graduate, even my son who is pursuing law in so he has just completed his law, and he is now willing to go ahead with UPSC preparation. So any stream is applicable. If you belong to any of the streams, but you have a desire to do hard work to prepare well, you can go ahead. So stream is not any kind of constraint, right? So IPS is also there. In IPS, age bars are a little different. In IFS, the eligibility is same as IS and IPS, right? Even in civil services, there are other options, right? What are those options? Like Indian Revenue Service is another option. You can go for Indian Revenue Service, you can go for Indian Postal Service, you can go for Indian Audit and Account Service. So there are certain other options as well. Sooner or later, whenever we will universities. So this is a brief idea about, right? As I told you, you can start working upon your subject choices. So when we consider educational exploration, so it involves subject choices, it involves college choices, college majors, and it involves career exploration as well. So there are three important aspects that need to be covered at the very initial phase. Now I know that there is a student Anshu Soni who is in class 12th, and his stream is commerce. He is very creative, right? He has convincing power, keeping in mind students to take admission nearby. Okay. So the question is that in the current scenario, what should we do, right? So in the current scenario, when everything is hold, right? The businesses are not doing well, the colleges are closed, schools are closed, the admission process is slow. So what we should do? This is very important, and thanks Geeta ma'am for asking this question, because we are also in that level. We are everyone at the global level. Everyone is sailing in the same boat, right? Now, what is actually there in our hands, right? We have the potential that lies within ourselves, right? So what we are doing, taking admission or not taking admission, right? So if you are still in dilemma, definitely you will take this opportunity. You will take it as an advantage. That why shouldn't we? Stop and take a halt. I shouldn't go ahead with taking admission. But this shows that you are not planned. You are not yet planned, right? So you have to do a proper planning. If you think that this is your career idea, this is your career choice, this is your college choice, you should go ahead. You should take admission, because there are few colleges who have already started taking admission, who have started with their foundation classes wherein they have started working upon their students, right? I don't go far. United Group of Institutions, I am the witness, I am the part of foundation classes. The students who have taken admission, be it BBA, be it BCA, BBA, BTech, pharmacy, whatever course they have taken admission, we have started giving them training, right? So in that way you become more aligned. So if you think that you have proper career idea, you can take admission. If you think that you are not still aligned, start taking counseling, right? Counseling sessions, attend counseling sessions, discuss with your counselor, discuss with your parents and teachers, take out some time, Start doing training, exploration, and then accordingly take decision, right? This is the best answer I can do, because this is the human potential. Who is going to solve these problems? Only we the human beings can solve the problems. If you think that there is a problem in the society, identify that problem. How can you solve that problem, right? Through your skill, your potential, in whatever ways, in whatever means that you can solve that problem, just go ahead with that. And while getting engaged in these activities, you will automatically get an idea that what should I go follow as the next step, what should be my next step. So this is going to happen in a very natural manner, right? Now Anshu Soni has asked that he wants to go for accounting, cost management accounting, right? Certified management accountant. He wants to become CMA, right? So if you wish to go for CMA, why don't you explore everything which is related to auditing and accounts, right? So there are three important areas you can go for: CA, that is chartered accountant; CS, that is company secretary; and the third one is ACCA, right? So there are three important areas. So let me give you a brief idea of CA, right? So chartered accountancy, as all of us know, is a very professional course, and which basically deals with auditing and accounting, right? Accounts. So there are two ways of doing this course. So if I talk about CA or CS or ACCA or even CMA, so basically routes or the foundation course route, and the second one is, now what is this foundation route? Foundation entry route is just after class 12th, right? So it has a 3-tier structure. The first is foundation course. Okay. Okay, so Hel Ahmed has asked that how can I clear UPSC examination in first attempt? Okay. So let me answer this question first, and then I'll come back to my main topic, which I was continuing with. To IAS and UPSC in the first attempt, then definitely it requires planning to choose your subjects, and you have to understand the test pattern. The first important thing is that examination pattern, test pattern, you must be aware of that. And there are stepwise stages or processes wherein you can start preparing. You can take admission in some coaching institutes even. I must say, I am planning a webinar with the help of Byju's, in association with Byju's. So Byju's is a platform wherein they have started doing training, online training, virtual training to the UPSC aspirants. Trust me, if you are interested, you can share with me. I will share with you that link. You can join that link, because we are going to organize that. And in that particular session, you'll get the overall idea of the preparation. So if you wish to crack it in the first attempt, I am just here to give you the idea that the basic and the core step is the right preparation, right? Preparation is very important. So start understanding the examination pattern, go ahead with the planning, preparation planning, and then devote your time and your effort in every aspect. Leave everything, just go ahead with the training process. Okay, so I am supposed to wind up in 5 minutes, so this is very less time, but I must say that certain other courses, because okay, so there are certain other courses also. Quickly, I would like to cover a few students areas which they have shared with us. Like, I would like to cover the area which. So Dhananjay Singh has covered that he belongs to science stream, and he wants to become a judge, or he wants to enter into advocacy, right? So okay, so definitely this is a legal education, and legal education is one of the most dignified area, highly revered area in India, which are the most preferred. So it teaches students about the various laws of the country, and it also trains them in communication, reasoning, and logical thinking. So if you have this ability, like if you think that you have you are very much interested in doing specialization in administration law, administrative law, criminal law, then you can go ahead with that. And if you want to go in the field of law, you must start preparing for CLAT. CLAT is the basic examination, the most important test, common law admission test, and on the basis of this test score you can go for 21 NLUs, national law universities, right? So law education as well as liberal, right? So there are different degrees you can go for. So there are 5 integrated courses are also in demand these days. BA LLB, BCom LLB, BSc LLB, these are the professional courses, and 5 years integrated law courses are there. So you start preparing for CLAT. And then there is another area which is also very important to understand: journalism and mass communication, right? So this is one of the most fast growing areas of humanities. If I talk about arts and humanities, so journalism, mass communication is also a very important area. So anyone can be journalist, right? Professional training is needed, however. So journalism involves reporting, writing, editing. So if you are a good writer, if you are good at writing, good at editing, right? Yeah, Sohel, so definitely I'll give you access of that webinar. So in that way you can attend that webinar. You'll get a complete idea of the preparation process. So there are various famous journalists also, like the names of Arnab Goswami. So you can become the journalist. So there are few courses: BA in journalism and mass communication, and then you can go for MA in journalism and mass communication, right? So dear students, there are various courses which can be covered. We have we have time constraints, so we cannot cover all the things in this particular session. So I have areas which you had already shared, and I tried to cover those specific areas. But in the second phase of counseling, when we start with the counseling process, because this is not the counseling process, this is just an awareness session. So in the next phase, whenever we start with the counseling process, you try to have a personality assessment. You'd visit the site careermates.in. You can register yourself, and then you can go for profile evaluation. You just enter all the details which are there in your profile. I will personally assess, I will personally contribute towards your profile building. I will share your profiles, and then accordingly we can sit and discuss. We can plan for a virtual meeting can be there. We can suggest you some screened ideal career test, stream selector test, or even personality test or interest inventory. And I think on those, go ahead with career. So I think this is, and since we are devoid of time, we cannot go ahead of the process right now. So I would like to take your leave, and I wish that after this session, most of you should start planning. I wish that you must of action, you must connect with me in that manner, that we can together start environment very self. You must be equipped with all kind of information. So the first step is to provide. I will be there to provide you the information. Basically, I would some websites also, some links also, through which you can start preparation, right? So dear students, wish you all the best. I know that LDC is doing quite well for your career plan. Who is going to be very productive. You have to be very creative, and in order to explore your creativity, your vision, you have to start working right here, right now. So for now, as of now, I should leave this session. I would like to take your leave. Thank you very much, Dr. Geeta and Ms. Pooja, those who have Dr. Kavish also. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity and this responsibility. This is going to be a great for us if any student comes to me, and I am there for them. Thank you so much, Mr. Ritesh, for the technical assistance. I don't know, there was some problem with my laptop and there was some network issues, so I couldn't connect through the laptop. I'm sure that you have you have been able to watch me visibly, properly after I used my mobile phone. So stay in touch. We will plan for your next counseling session. As of now, thank you so much. Stay happy, stay safe. Good day.